Good morning. Good morning. I think I hit the button before I was ready to go, but I'm not gonna be over here long because probably in the next 5-10 minutes my phone gonna get the ringing. Who be on your phone when it be ringing, Miss Cruiser? Cruiser. It be my kids. It be my sisters. It be friends. It be just folk, child. Just folk. Um, but I wanted to come on real quick and there was something that I wanted to say. Good morning, one person that's coming here. Good morning, Sugar. Um, good morning, Jay Wash. So first of all, we didn't get to see William last night, and I'm going to talk about William because I was asked a question concerning William, and I want to address that. But we didn't get to talk. We didn't get to see William last night because I don't know what social media William is on. Um, I don't know what social media William is on, child. I don't even know what he came on. And y'all know William McCray will be away from YouTube for 1 year unless he reach somebody on Twitter or somewhere and get some type of appeal or something. He will be away. Y'all hit that like button for me. 13 in here. We got 7 likes. I gotta remember to start saying that. Hit the like button. Why do we say hit the like button? Hit the like button. The engagement help us with YouTube. It help us in the algorithm. It help YouTube share us out, and hopefully that means more people come in. And more people come in, the better my the old YouTube check is, and the less I have to ask of y'all. Which y'all know I don't really be asking of y'all. Good morning, Desiree and Jay Tootle. Good morning. The church beef sector, you know, we kind of mess around with names in this area of YouTube. The carnal church sector, the church sector. Um, so I wanted to talk about that for a little while because I think the actual name gives the impression that this area of YouTube is about and what it's not about for me. Good morning, Londa and Valedictorian. Um, what is not for me? He's still active on Instagram, but for some reason he didn't go live last night on Instagram. But yeah, he's very active on Instagram. Um, the name of this area is not does not represent what it is. And what do I mean by that? For me, and what I mean by that is that people see church, and I think they expect this to be somewhere where you're going to get a good word, where you're going to get the representation of God. And it's not. For me, it's not. I don't come in this area of YouTube expecting that. Um, Now, do we sometimes get a good song, get some gospel music? Yes. Do somebody sometimes clip a good inspirational word? Yes. Do we vloggers over on in this area of YouTube sometimes even say something that may encourage you in the Lord or something like that? Yes. But are we representation of the church, God itself? No. No. Mm-mm. We're not. And I don't want people to think on my part that that's what it is. This is entertainment. This is entertainment, and we're coming here to entertain. Now, why am I asking this? Hey, Earl, me, how you doing, sugar? Why am I going here? Last night I was watching Conscious TV right after um, Jobs was live, and I went on Jobs, and me and Jobs had a conversation. And right after I left Jobs, Conscious TV went live. Desiree says, Cruiser, you were excellent on Jobs yesterday. Excellent questions. As you're neutral and honest. Well, thank you for that. It's difficult. It's difficult. And I'm going to tell you right now, honestly, I absolutely did not want to go on Jobs panel at all. And not because of Jobs. I like Jobs. Um, it's the church beef sector. And again, I think that people, the word beef in there should let people know that it ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with lifting up the name of Jesus. But anyway, cause beef and, that's a, uh, that's conflict. But anyway, um, I didn't want to go on Job's show yesterday because my commentary is my commentary. My commentary is my commentary. And it, am I exactly right about it? I may be or I may not be, but it's my opinion. It ain't about right or wrong. It's my opinion. When I come and I give, regardless of who I'm talking about, I'm giving my honest opinion, and I want to keep it that. I want to keep it my honest opinion. That's why you won't see me in Patreons. That's why you won't see me joining the Facebook groups. That's why you won't see me. I got a membership now because I was being nosy over. I joined St. James membership because he was he was going to talk to that Edward Justice guy, whatever his name is, and I wanted to hear it. So I joined the membership. But that will expire in January because I want to see what y'all see and give my commentary based on what we all see. And eventually be able to drop the link and let the subscribers have a voice in what we see in this area of YouTube. So when two ladies, the two ladies that came to me, one by DM and Instagram and one by text, um, I expressed to one of them I strongly that I did not want to go on his panel because, you know, I didn't want to have to explain what I said. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have to explain. Now I went on and it turned out okay. I went on. Hey, Bourbon Bubblegum, thank you for coming in. Thank you for being a moderator. I went on and it turned out okay. Hey, good morning, Denise. Um, good morning. So I didn't want to explain my commentary. I didn't want nobody trying to get me to backtrack on what I said, but it turned out okay because I got to ask some questions and I got to hear his perspective. Now, one of the questions that he asked me was, he said that he felt like William in St. James was a spokesperson for Larry. I mean, for Bishop Jordan. I'm glad I hesitated so I could correct that. Not for Larry, for Bishop Jordan. Um, I can see where Jobs is coming from, and I think William gonna sway whichever way the money is flowing. Good morning, nicest nice. Good morning. William is gonna sway whichever way the money is flowing, which means that in which way is flowing the heaviest. That's William. That's the way he gonna speak. We don't come down here for any honesty from William, or any. We definitely don't come down here for any inspiration, godly inspiration from William. We come down here to laugh at William. He's the clown of our joke. St. James, I feel like St. James is his own person. At the end of the day, St. James is going to do what's good for St. James, which is what he should do. And when it comes to Thais, I feel the same about him. I feel that St. James, like Bishop Bernard Jordan, and of course, him and Larry don't get along. So of course, it's going to look like his commentary sways more that way. Thais likes Larry, and he don't care for Bishop Bernard Jordan. So it's going to seem like his commentary is going to sway that way. But at the end of the day, I think both of these men is going to do what's best for their channel, their viewers, their interest. And I feel like if Larry get in the way of that, Thais going to choose himself. I feel like if Bishop Jannard Jordan get in the way of that, St. James is going to choose himself. That is my opinion. And a lot of times people want to sway your opinion based on how they feel about a situation and how they feel about a person. But it's not. Now, until I see different, until I see something different from either one of these guys, that's the way it is. I know how it feels for somebody to say, you caping for, you caping for. I know how that feels because over in the beef sector, because I'm was affiliated with the crew, or in the crew as people said, they was like, oh, you defending KRN. Oh, you defending this. No, I'm just giving my opinion based on my opinion. So, I try not to do to others what have been done to me when I know for a fact I have my own mind. I know for a fact I am a person who's very opinionated. I know for a fact that I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and that's it, without any influence by anybody else. And really, even with friends, if they disagree with me, they're going to have to deal with me in love. That's who I am as a person. So I'm not going to, try to, put that on anybody else. However, but if I ever see it, I'm gonna say it. If I see it, I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna come out here and speak it out. I'm gonna come out here and say so. Good morning, Catherine. Thank you for coming in. It was interesting to see CTD tearing to William and Larry laugh and said absolutely nothing. Yes, Larry claims to be William's bro. But let me talk about that. Conscious TV mentioned me yesterday on his show, and he said, how can you want William to have his channel? How can you, want William to be okay and have his social medias and blah blah blah? Um, William do all of these awful things, and and he don't represent God. Again, I'm not here looking for representations of God, because if I was looking for representations of God, I certainly wouldn't be in this area of YouTube at all. I don't think this area of YouTube is representation of God. I don't think God in a lot of the stuff that's going on. None of it. It's entertainment, but it's not, in my opinion, godly entertainment. And as far as William go, I do not want to see him lose his channel. Like, I don't want to see Conscious TV lose his channel. I don't want to see St. James lose his channel. I don't want to see King Jobs lose his channel. I don't want to see Thais lose his channel. I was about to have a fit when I thought Thais was leaving. I said, where you going, sir? Where you going? I don't want to see even people out that don't like me and I don't like them. I don't want to see them lose their channel. Over in the beef sector, they doing these flagging wars, and I don't engage with them, but I had to put on my community board. How y'all gonna have a sector if y'all taking down channels? History is lost. Videos is lost. That's how I feel about that. Also, regardless of how I feel about William, the man gotta have a place to stay. I don't want to see another black man homeless. I don't want to see another black man that's out here struggling to survive. Now, that's just me. Do I think that William was a good person? No, because he say some old crazy stuff. Every Mother's Day, he gonna put down mothers. He say old crazy stuff about women and people and everybody. But William is just mindless entertainment. And he's a human being that's got to be able to have a place to stay, food to eat, the basic needs of life. And you got to have money to do that. And we know William don't work nowhere else. So this is it. So that's why. And plus, he's entertaining. He's a part of this whole entertainment package that we come to. He's a part of the whole thing. So that's why. It's just as simple as that. Sides. Let me talk about sides. If y'all waiting on Miss Cruiser to be on somebody's side, y'all can go on. Miss Cruiser is always going to appear to be the person that is loyal to no one. I am going to always appear to be the person that is jumping to and fro, because I'm going to lean on the side of my opinion based on what I see. And that's just it. That's all. That's all. You will have to throw me away. You will have to, block me, or tell me don't come back around here. I ain't talking to you, and that's cool. Because I'm still going to come on here flat foot, give my opinion. I'm not here to make any friends. Um, it's something that Teresa used to say. We YouTube ships I'm okay with, friendships, because I can't come out here and give my honest opinion if I'm coupled up with somebody. My friends are my subscribers. That's my friends. And even sometimes I don't agree with them. Because sometimes I'm not going to come out here and say what it is that y'all want me to say, because it may not line up with my honest opinion. And I ain't saying my opinion is always right, but I would like for my opinion to be not influenced by what other people want me to say, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. I think I spoke the nicest nice. Good morning, sugar. Um, and yeah, I did watch. I watched most of Conscious TV video last night. I did watch that. It was interesting to see. Okay, I read that. Hey, Crystal. Good morning. So true what you're saying this morning. I don't think William graduated from Morehouse. It was a true Morehouse. Uh, if it was a true Morehouse graduate, he wouldn't be living, speaking, and acting and looking the way he does. Good morning, Tracy Chappelle. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. William one time showed us a degree from Morehouse. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't even know whether William McCray is his actual name. Is that his name? Or did he change his name at some point? Who knows where William is, where he go to, if he go to school. Hey, K Rich, who knows? Who knows any of that? But at the end of the day, I just come on here to get the entertainment up off the Joker. And he's given over the years, he's given us plenty. He's given us plenty of, some of the things I say, sugar and oh God, and we even repeat some of his one-liners that we think is funny. So he's entertaining, just like everybody else on here is entertaining. It's entertaining. Hmm. Emily said, "Wow, y'all think he's lying?" I don't know whether. Listen, the only degrees I know about is mine. Is mine. And my child's. And I can tell you about mine and my children's. Any others I can't testify of. Yeah, he's saying that he's currently in law school. That's what he said. He's currently in law school. So it's some interesting things going on. I think that King Jobs have officially um, um, left the collective. Maybe I did ask him last night. Uh, if they have something he's invited, will he go? And he said he would if he had a clear picture of what it was, and if it's something that he's interested in and he felt like he could benefit from. Um, I would like to hear, and he gave his, on his show yesterday, he gave his side of what the summit was. He gave his side, and how he felt about it. I would love to hear from others, if they want to, and if they don't want to, I understand that. If they want to keep some things to where it was with them, they chose what part they were going to share. Hold on, y'all. They chose what parts they wanted to share and not share what they didn't want to share, and I think that's up to them. Of course, I was going to ask questions yesterday. I was shocked that Jobs was revealing so much, but of course, I'm going to ask questions now. Some of the things I kind of cringed to say. You really want to tell that? You really want to say that? But of course, I'm gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna ask the questions. And in the days coming, there is going to be some questions about some of the things that he said. It's going to be some questions, and that was a pretty funny look. Uh, can I just stop talking in circles? I'm doing what I absolutely hate. I am doing what I absolutely hate right now. So let me stop doing what I hate. Seeing Jives on Conscious TV panel, that wasn't a biggie because Conscious TV and Jives are cool. We all know that. It almost seems like Jives was trying to be cool with Larry yesterday on Conscious TV channel, which is ain't nothing wrong with that. They've had their up and down, up and down, up and down. Larry seemed very not interested. He said, "Look, I have been cool and did the makeup with Jives twice, and I don't feel like Jives kept his side of the deal." That's what Larry said in the chat. So Larry was keeping his distance from Jives. Now I didn't watch it all the way to the end, so I don't know whether Larry kind of warmed up a little bit, but from up until the point where I stopped watching, Larry was like, "Oh, okay, dude, okay." But Jive seems to have wanted to make peace with Larry. And, he said he have no issues with Larry. So honestly, it appears like um, Jives is kind of, and you could be cool with both people. Obviously, you could be cool with both people. Um, you can. But having said that, at the same time, it do seem like Jives is teeter totter, kind of in between the two. Probably not as much as William Mills, but it do kind of seems that way. It just kind of seems that way. And he can do that. That's his right to do. That's his right to do, to be cool with whoever he want to be cool with. But I'm just saying, looked kind of funny. I didn't see that coming, and it is what it is. Listen, this week I gotta focus, y'all. I really gotta focus on I got some end of the year stuff that I gotta do. My job is my main source. My job is I got mortgages to pay. I got children that even though they're adults, you help your adult children until they get up on their feet. My parents was a big part of assisting us till we were a certain until I was good into my 30s. I got I got responsibilities. I got cruises coming up. And so I have responsibilities. So I need to focus because that Friday, honestly, that Friday thing got me behind. And I got some things that was due on Friday that I didn't get turned in because I was messing around with that live. So I got to focus this week. I really got to focus this week. So um, yeah. So if y'all don't see me around as much this week, that's what I'm doing. Those of y'all who work corporate jobs like I work corporate jobs, y'all know about end of year stuff that's got to be done. We got to make sure people's PTO is how much they got to carry over. It's time for end of year appraisals coming up. It's time to see where we are, that type thing. So I'm gonna have to focus this week. And there's a day off right in the middle of the week, this week and next week, before the end of the year and going into the next physical year. So I'm going to be quite busy. So I'm not gonna be able to come but I get back with you if I find a little space in between. I jump into that space, but I really do got to focus this week. Thank goodness I don't have to do that whole Christmas thing like everybody else. I ain't got to do that whole Christmas thing and buy Christmas and do Christmas. And I do go to my parents' house on Christmas and eat dinner, probably watch the game. So I don't, my whole family absolutely adore Christmas. My grandson likes it. My children loves it. They all participate in it, but I don't participate in it in where I'm going out. Like, there is no tree in my house. The tree that y'all see me post with my grandson in it, that's over at my daughter's house. I live alone. That's over at my daughter's house, and I respect and okay with them liking what they like. Um, Encourage them in it because I don't tell my kids how to think. But as for me, I don't have to go out and buy no gifts. I ain't got to hang no tree and put no decorations. I ain't got to do all that. So I can really, really concentrate on this week without getting caught up with the holidays. Let me see what y'all saying. Uh, uh, Emily said, left the Better Bloggers Collective. K. Rich says, in Jobs' defense, how can E. Bernard Jordan teach him or anyone how to be a blogger? He's not a blogger, he's a prophet. Agreed, Jobs was giggling with Larry. That's according to Desiree. Emily said, Jobs is so wishy-washy and flip-flops, you can't trust a person like that. And I'm not saying, I think he's wishy-washy? I don't know whether I think he's a wishy-washy, he's a flip-flopper. I just found it interesting. And because I don't want to come off like I want him to hate Larry and have a beef with Larry. No, I don't. I want it. If everybody going to get along, everybody can get along, and I can go find me some. There's all types of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So I can find me something else that entertains me because that's the preference for me. That's the preference for me. If people go, but if y'all ain't gonna get along, I'm here to watch. But the preference is that all men live in harmony, and all of that. But it did look a certain way. It did look a certain way. And I I'm just gonna be honest about that. Crystal said, "Thank you for your unvarnished takes on opinions." Larry was engaging. I think you might have. Nice. You put Larry was engaging with Larry in that chat. I don't want to assume what you're saying there. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Good morning. Desiree says Jobs and Larry are making nice. Next, we need Jobs and Ty to make up. Let's see what 2026 is going to bring. Good morning, Riri Cash. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I just see Ty saying, what Ty East do? Ty East go back to his commentary. I think Thais talked to his people and say, look, don't bring them folks' name up. I'm about to do my commentary and I don't want to think about them right now. I think he looks over at that and he'd be like, let me get back to my commentary. Let me get back to my channel. I think that's what he do sometimes. And again, I think the same thing. And I hate to keep saying their names together, but these are players over in this area. And I think that St. James do the same thing. St. James be like, look, I'm over here minding my own business, man. And, I think they stare over there and it's like, what he doing? Okay, I don't know what he doing, but I'm over here minding his own business because Thais and Conscious TV don't get along. So, y'all saying, well, maybe Thais and Jobs will be okay, but Thais and Conscious TV don't get along. So, and that's maintained in spite of Larry. Larry is good with having a divided camp. He's good with that. He's good with it in the sense of he's okay with them being divided. Like, y'all could be divided. I'm cool with y'all individually. And he's good at keeping some type of order in spite of it. So, do I see Thais and Josh being cool in 2026? Anything is possible. Anything is possible, but according to what Thais said, it seems absolutely no interest in that for him. No interest in that for Thais at all. None. So, good morning. Good morning, Cap. Uh, nice. I meant to say Larry was engaging with Jobs. Okay, so he must have started engaging after I left. I did see a comment where he says that Jobs know things or something to that point. But I mean, Jobs was saying everything they wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? I mean, can we just keep it real? It's neither here or there for me, but he was just saying what they wanted to hear. He was saying, you know, he was. I mean, y'all go over there and watch. Y'all ain't gotta take my word for it. All the videos are still up. He was saying what they wanted to hear. You know, Josh is a Leo. We have a way of bringing people around. We can't bring everybody around, but we got a way of bringing people around. We know how to tickle. We know how to stroke and tickle. That's all I'm saying about that. Thais has no interest in conscious TV. Tried to mediate the situation between Thais and Jazz about 2 to 3 years ago. Thais wasn't having it. Yeah, there was a whole thing on AT2 on AT2 channel back here about a month ago or more ago. Jobs was on there. Come through, Leo Nation. August 8th. I'm August 19th. But I remember that AT2 had a live, and Jobs came up there, and Thais came up there, and I think at some point they was up there together, and there was no bending in Thais. There was no bending in Thais. I remember that very well because that particular day, that video was keeping me entertained while I was up there at the hospital. I was at the urgent care because I had a little nasty cold that was lingering for a couple of weeks and wouldn't go away. So yeah, so I remember that day very well and that live very well. So who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Listen. I ain't gonna try to predict the future and what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be here to watch it as it happens. And if it's interesting enough, I'll come on here and talk about it. Denise said Leos are the coolest signs. I'm an Aries. My best friends are Leos. We're trip. And I don't really get off into. I remember I was younger. My mom used to call it the horoscopes. The horoscopes, which she used to read every day. I think that what your people say, what's your sign? I think that, or zodiac sign or whatever. I think that I don't put a lot into that, but people do seem to have personalities that resemble like Leos, or have big egos and overly confident. On our worst day, we think we're the greatest going. Aries seem to be kind of set in their ways. Aries, stubborn folks like the Taurus. You Scorpios are unforgiving. Geminis do seem to have twin personalities. So it's I don't know whether it's coincidence or whether it's monthly personalities, or whether we've talked it enough that it just appear that way. But I don't think that your total makeup is whatever month you were born in and what zodiac sign it falls under, even though sometimes I'll talk about that. I don't want y'all to think that I totally get off into that. I think we all individuals and we all have characters based on what it is that we want to do and be at the end of the day. That's what my mom used to call it, the horoscopes. I don't know if that's an actual word or where that came from, but that's how she used to say it. But anyway, y'all, I just came on to say that little bit. I'm trying to think if I left out anything. I just came on to say that little bit. It's gonna be interesting around here, and I'm gonna try real hard to stay, because I'm trying hard to focus on work and some other things that I need to do to prepare for what I have coming up in my offline life. Because I'm trying to stay focused on that. I'm going to be a subscriber this week. But Y'all know me. If something hit, something go down, I so hit my button. I'm looking forward to hearing what Sean has to say. Sean talks, because it seems like, and I could be wrong, only she could say this, but it seems like she was dragged kind of a little bit into King Jive's his thoughts, and I don't know whether those were exactly her thoughts and her opinions and her feelings about the summit that was in Orlando. So I'm looking forward to y'all. Y'all make sure y'all make y'all way over there, because it'd be interesting to hear what she has to say about that. Because, like I said, she seems to be have been dragged into it, and people have kind of spoke for her, and I don't know whether that's exactly what it is. Desiree said, "Have a wonderful holiday cruiser, but don't abandon us. Come on during the weekend." Now, see, that it's hard for me. This weekend I came on, but I don't be liking coming on the weekend. On the weekend, I like to do my own thing. This internet thing is supposed to entertain me while I'm working, but not distract my working. But yeah, I'm not gonna, like I said, if something go down, I'm gonna be on here to talk about it. I'm gonna be on here to talk about it. But this week, I need to focus on. For me, it's not about the holidays. It's about focusing on work. I definitely need to keep focus on work so I can get that in a good place, because YouTube is not my financial plan. YouTube, the money I make from YouTube, it's money I trick off. It's not my financial plan. It's not. YouTube don't pay my mortgage. YouTube don't pay my essentials to life. So I can't get too caught up with it. But I'll be on here. I'll be on here. But listen, and I don't y'all put YouTube before stuff. Don't put YouTube before your work or your responsibilities. Don't put YouTube before your entertain. If you got entertainment with family and friends and things that you can get out. I know it's cold right now, so going out is not as appealing, but don't put it before anything. I think the pandemic, and probably even before the pandemic, but especially the pandemic, put us in a place where we got lazy. Everything is done online now. People rather date online. Everything is virtual. Is the word I'm looking for. Everything's virtual. If people rather, date virtually, we all work from home virtually. Um, People now, their best friends are virtual. The people even do their birthday parties virtual. It's like you ain't gonna go out and do no birthday party. So don't get so caught up on social media that you're neglecting family and friends and hobbies and actually moving outside of this virtual space. Make sure that you're still having a good balanced life outside of this virtual space. I don't want to get stuck here on this virtual space to where this becomes my life, and I neglect everything else around me. Definitely don't want to do that. Definitely want to do that. But I do enjoy having this channel and talking on this channel. Sometimes it stresses me. Sometimes it stresses me when I feel like I'm being pulled. When I feel like I'm being pulled and I can't give my honest opinion. But then I just shake that off and get back to me. Um, but I do enjoy this. I really do enjoy this, and I plan to stick with it this time. Y'all know I'm like that old bad person in a relationship, but like, I'm back. I'm gonna be consistent this time. I'm not gonna drop you this time. I'm for real this time. But anyway, all right. Before I start rambling, yeah, if y'all could hit the like button, please. There's 65 watching me, and I only have 23 likes. If y'all could hit, and even if you're watching the replay, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I don't ask y'all, I don't constantly ask y'all for money. I ask y'all for the easy thing, which is hitting the like button. Also, if y'all could subscribe to Sean Talks if you haven't already. Subscribe to Jesse. Jesse did a video last night. Check that out. And as you're checking that out, go ahead and subscribe to him. I don't ask y'all a lot. And if you don't want to do any of those things, then go ahead and send me some money. $ Miss Cruiser. $ MSCRUISER. if that's what you so desire. All right, y'all stubborn. I said hit the like button. Y'all just left. See, that's why I got to go to work. That's why this can't be my bed and butter. Cause listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm the type. I'm gonna ask you one time. One time. That's why I said I will never be good as a salesperson. Ever, ever, ever. Good, cause I'm gonna ask 110, and I'm moving on about my life. Ain't gonna be no over asking over and over again, honey. Honey, I'm gonna get out there and get it for myself. I'm gonna get it for myself. You hear what I'm saying? I ain't waiting on nobody sitting around giving it to me. I'm gonna get out here and get it for myself. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Y'all remember to live in peace on purpose. That's very important. Live in peace on purpose. Don't let nothing take away your peace. Peace is more valuable than money. Peace is more valuable than any property or piece of land or anything that you have. Ain't nothing like peace. You could be broke and have peace, and you could and could sleep well at night, or you could be rich and have peace and sleep well at night. Have your peace is what's going to sustain you. So live in peace on purpose. And I'm gonna explain one day what I mean by live in peace on purpose. That's something I told my niece one time. She was having this back and forth, and I said, look, you can decide whether you want to engage in that or not. You can decide at any point to walk away from that and choose your peace. And peace is so much better than winning whatever that petty argument is over. Choose peace. So live in peace on purpose, and no matter what you're going through and what it looks like, all is well. All is well. Just believe that. Have faith in that. All is well. It looks real rough for a moment, and then you come out, and you made it out, and you wonder how you made it out, because it seemed like when you was in it, you wasn't going to make it out, but you did. But you did. So know that all is well. Y'all have a good day.